Hi there, it's Lori, and yes, it's Throwback Thursday, but I'm doing this first for a couple reasons. I wanted to tell a funny story since this week has been a funny story week. So, when I was a high school math teacher, I used to do this activity called My Favorite Mistake. I learned it in my master's classes for education. Anyway, um, so I got distracted, sorry. So, this, my favorite mistake was we would do like a warm up problem. Sure, you're all aware. They'd do a little problem, and everybody would put it just on a little piece of paper. And they would put their names on it, but that I didn't ever reveal their names. I'd go through them really quickly, and I would write on the board the whatever the problem was, and then we would analyze. Okay, what's the mistake here? This was a really good way for them to learn. First of all, everybody makes mistakes, and we can learn from them. So there you go. That's what she said. Everybody makes mistakes, and we can learn from them. All right. So I introduce this because it's the first time I'm going to do this. And I say, yeah, I call it my favorite mistake. And this boy in the back of the room goes, I'm my mom's favorite mistake. Hmm. Teenagers are hilarious. Yes, there you go. So, Throwback Thursday. First thing I want to say about this is if you don't know Set Us Place channel, I won this yarn that's in this project. And I used every last bit of it. The blue yarn. I think I still have one of the white yarns. No, I know I have some of the cotton yarn that came from her. She is also who I got this from in that same package. Because I wanted to try Tunisian. I didn't realize the Afghan hooks are not for me and I need the cabled hooks, but I still did manage to do something using that. And I still have it, so her her giveaway gift to me did not go to waste. Like I said, I believe it was impeccable yarn. Probably royal blue was the colorway, something like that. Um, I will link the pattern that I used in here, but I'll tell you more about it as we're looking at the project. This is my first sweater. Okay, so you can see this is a cabled sweater. I don't know if you can tell, but this was not made for me. This was made for my stepdaughter in LA. And that's why it's short sleeved and the size it is. Because, yeah, I couldn't wear that. Anyway, um, love Lavia Ladre, I think is the content creator. Ladria Lave will be linked below. And I did enjoy this pattern. This was the first time I did cables with crochet. Again, I went into this crochet journey saying if there's a tutorial, because I didn't know how to read patterns yet, if there's a tutorial, I can follow it and I can do whatever I want to do. And I never had a thought, oh, maybe this is intermediate or, oh, maybe this is too difficult. I'm grateful no one told me that cables were difficult. I didn't find this pattern I found very easy. Now there's one that you're going to see upcoming that maybe I did not enjoy so much. I enjoyed the sweater I actually made, but you'll hear a story about cables. Anyway, this cable sweater, again, made with the impeccable yarn. Who knows what white yarn I used? It might have been from. Wait, was Dollar Tree selling yarn yet? I don't know. If Dollar Tree was selling yarn, it's probably white yarn from Dollar Tree, which is Premier Just Yarn at that time. I don't think it was the Just Active. Just Active is actually a little softer. Not that this wasn't soft. Anyway, yeah. So this sweater was made for my oldest stepdaughter, the one that lives in California. And I did enjoy making it. I feel like I made it a little too small, but I was afraid of running out of yarn. And I was hearing about yarn chicken because, again, the more videos you watch, the more likely you are to hear that. And I was like, I have no additional yarn. This is the yarn I have. I didn't know that it's actually fairly easy to get. Oh, sorry. Ugh. Sorry about that. To get impeccable yarn. I definitely could have gotten more. I just didn't know. I was so new to the game, we'll call it. So I love this sweater, especially if you like a short sleeve sweater. This is a great pattern. Like I said, as what I would consider a complete beginner, particularly a beginner who had never made a wearable, and this fit her. So the instructions are fantastic. I'm not sure if this content creator is doing any more new content, but her crochet tutorials are still there. She has some other content that some of you might be interested in. I'm going to specifically mention Going Green Mom because she has some interesting food uh, stuff, how to eat healthier kind of stuff. I know that's one of your focuses. So that's what's going on with this sweater. I highly recommend, if you're interested in a short sleeved crocheted cable sweater, you could easily turn this into long sleeves, right? But this pattern is fantastic. I'm really happy with how it came out. I feel it was a touch too small. It did fit her just fine because she's not petite. She's not short because I think she's 5'6" or 5'7". Um, but she's tiny because let's just say LA. there's certain there are certain pressures and opportunities, right? You can go out on hikes. It's just like Colorado, hiking whenever, but they can do it all year round. Here in Colorado, it's weather dependent. Anyway, I loved this pattern and I appreciated the yarn from Seta so much because I loved this blue color so much. And the yarn was fine to work with. I've worked with Impeccable since. Like I said, wish I knew what the colorway was, but that's what happens when it was 4 years ago. Um, right? Yeah, nearish. This I posted this on November 4th, I think, November 1st, November 4th of 2021. So that means I made it probably in October. But yeah, this is my first sweater. This is my first. Oh no, I did cables on the pillow. Never mind. Never mind about the cables comment. That was Bag a Day Crochet, the pillows. And she taught me well. So I think I walked into the sweater going, oh yeah, no problem. So anyway, but the pattern and the sizing was excellent. So that is something definitely to be commented on. Anyway, thanks for coming in. And be your mom's favorite mistake, I guess. Just kidding. Thanks for coming in. And can I get an amen?